We're here. The things look very nice right now, and we are waiting for the beginning of our competition. But until then, we'll watch together the opening of this competition tonight. And of course, we are going to have a lot of traditional things happening right now. We have now a group performing traditional Uzbekistani music. And of course, the traditional dancing. Let's enjoy this artistic moment, and let's not forget, within a few minutes we are going to start our competition, the first finals of the first day of youth and juniors competition here in Tashkent, in Uzbekistan. Well, hello and welcome again to Sambo. We are going to start our competition with the first weight class, of course, and it's going to be very interesting. We have a lot of interesting fights today, and of course, the young fighters are ready to show their best qualities tonight. We start with women under 40 kilograms, and in our first fight, in the red corner representing Russia, Laura Veslopova, and her opponent from Uzbekistan, Munisa Eshkulova. So this is our first fight of the evening. After this fight, we are going to have the finals: men youth under 48 kilograms, women juniors under 44, and men juniors under 48. So this is the first block of competition, and then we'll have two more blocks of competition. Of course, in between these blocks, we are going to have award ceremonies. So stay with that because it's going to be a very interesting evening of fights. She is the fighter from Uzbekistan, Munisa Eshkulova. So here we go, the Russian in red uniform, the fighter from Uzbekistan in blue, fighting in front of her home crowd. So this is going to be a lot of tension for this young lady. The Russian already looking for a submission hold. She has the arm, she has the first leg into the position. She was looking for an arm lock. It didn't work the way she wanted, but this whole moment showed us that she is very determined to end this fight very quickly. And of course, who can blame her? This is why she is here, to fight and to win. And of course, a little bit of aggression is welcome in any type of competition. And again, the Russian moving around, looking for her grips, trying to get her favorite position. She attacks the lapel, and a very nice throw for the fighter from Uzbekistan. I don't know how many points she scored. Let's see. For sure, we're going to see this very soon. I think it's going to be a 4-pointer. Yes, and it is 4 points. And still trying to hold her opponent on the ground, looking for the pin. It didn't work. Only 2 points, and again the Russian is looking for the same unlock that she tried a little bit early, but right now she doesn't have the position. Well, the same score so far. The Russian started very aggressive, and I really think she believed in herself a little bit too much. You have to be confident, but you have to be very careful also. And probably this is the lesson that she will learn tonight. Again, she has the position. She is looking for the arm lock. Still looking for the arm, still controlling, and was it a tap or not? No, I think she didn't tap. And on the ground, very good positions for the young lady from Uzbekistan. she succeeds to control her opponent very well and to attack her very very aggressively. Good position on the ground for the Russian. They stand up very quickly, and still they are still fighting, still looking for their techniques. But let's see how experienced the fighter from Uzbekistan really is. Because she really needs to rely on her experience right now to secure these 6 points and to try to control the outcome. And Melissa seems to be not only experienced but also very composed and very calm. They are fighting since their second grade, so they all are very experienced, even though they are so young. Again, looking for the arm lock is the Russian. Good position, good defense still. Still, the Russian is doing the same thing, trying to secure that arm lock. She is really looking for a submission hold. This was everything that she tried, and I think it was a little bit too much. Now she has the arm. Let's see, 20 more seconds to go. Enough time to be able to win by submission, but she loses the position. It's too late to look for the perfect technique. It's too late to attack like this right now. She lost it. Yeah, it's just a half-point deduction. There's really nothing. Again, the Russian attacks, and again her opponent succeeds to control the fight. It was a very beautiful fight with a very mature and very composed young girl from Uzbekistan. The first gold medal in front of her home crowd, in front of her family. This looks so good. So the first medal for Uzbekistan. And here we go with the second fight of the evening. This time the young man, youth under 48 kilograms, in red from Russia, Dmitry Shilov, and his opponent from Kazakhstan, Bekzat Mukambetov. Mukambetov in blue uniform, Shilov in red. They're getting ready. So here we go. Nice first attempt for the fighter from Kazakhstan. Nice control on the ground. It was a very beautiful scramble, and now a setup for an arm lock. Does he have the arm? No, he doesn't. Still nothing happening. I really like the fact that this young men and the young ladies are very mature for their age. We can clearly see they are very experienced, and they fought in a lot of important and interesting and important tournaments. Right now the Russian is looking for the arm lock. It was a very nice setup, and now he turns to the other hand. No, it didn't work, but it was a very, very beautiful setup. Still 1 point for the Russian. Same thing, still looking around, still moving around. He has the arm. Let's see, let's see. Trying to roll his opponent over. He has the arm. Well, this is a very, very deep attack, but it was a very beautiful counter for his opponent, who now is able to will be able to attack his leg. No, nothing happened. It was a very interesting scramble. The Russian attacked the arm, and his opponent defended very well. The Russian tried to follow with an arm on the knee bar or an ankle lock. It didn't work for him. It's a very beautiful fight with a lot of nice attacks, and with some very good defensive moves. Still the same score. It was nothing there, just a little bit of a scratch. Well, we restart very quickly. The Russian is looking for a very quick attack. Again, they scramble on the ground, and nothing happens. And this is it, gold medal for Russia, the first gold medal for Russia, and the second gold medal of tonight's tournament. So let's see, the first gold medal went to Monisa Eshkulova from Uzbekistan, and now the second gold medal goes to Dmitry Shilov from Russia. Our next fight, again Russia in red, Liliana Salimyanova, and her opponent from Romania, Ana Maria Stroie. So this is going to be another interesting one. I mean, all the fights are interesting. It's women juniors under 44 kilograms. Here comes the Russian, Liliana Salimyanova. With her coach, a very experienced and a very well-known coach in Russia. And her opponent from Romania, accompanied by her coach, who is also the president of the Romanian Sambo Federation. So here's the Russian, here is the Romanian. We start very quickly. The Russian is looking to sweep her opponent, while the Romanian tries to keep her in position. Good defense for the Romanians so far. They are moving around, trying to unbalance each other, trying to look for their best attacks. The Russian is looking for a throw. Good defense for the Romanian again. Let's see, probably 1 point. Yes, 1 point for the Russian. It was a good attempt. She wanted to throw. She didn't wait for the best throw possible. She just used the opportunity to score 1 point. As we saw in the previous final, 1 point sometimes is good enough to win a gold medal, and for sure the Russian knows this. Another good attack. The Romanian is defending very well, but she needs to do a little bit more in order to win this fight. Well, here we go again. Both of them looking for the grips. Very aggressive is the Russian, who is setting up a possible arm bar. I don't know whether she has the arm or not, but for sure she has a good position. Yes, she has the arm. This is why the Romanian is trying to hold on. Not the best angle possible, but for sure in the very moment the Russian will succeed to turn her opponent over, we are going to see very clearly what's going on with their arms. Very long time on the ground. Still defending against the Romanian, still looking for a way to end this as the Russian. So long on the ground, almost a minute, almost a minute in this very position. And for sure nothing is happening in this position. Both of them are very tired right now because they fought for a position. They fought for an arm lock. One of them trying to score the arm lock, the other one trying to defend the arm lock. And there's another point for the Russian. 2 points for the Russian so far with 1.5 minutes to go. This was a beautiful technique. And now again the same rolling armbar. She has her on the ground, but she doesn't have the arm. Yes, she secured the arm, but not good enough. It was a very good pin, but it was almost impossible from that position to continue with the arm lock. 4 points for the Russian with less than 1 minute to go. Well, here we go again. In red the Russian, in blue the Romanian. Looking for the arm lock is the Romanian right now. She tries to reverse her opponent. Her opponent scrambles very well on the ground and succeeds to free her arm. And again, looking for the arm lock. 30 seconds to go. Controlling the position is the Russian. Less than half a minute. The Romanian trying to attack. Now she has her opponent on the ground. She still has time for an attempt. No. And again the arm lock. 3 seconds to go. Yeah, stood up very quickly. There were 3 more seconds to go. And this is it. A new gold medal for Russia. And here we prepare for our next final. Again in men's competition. Man juniors under 48 kilograms from Tajikistan, Aminjon Holov, and his opponent from Georgia, Georgi Mehrishvili. Well, this is a real interesting fight. The Georgians have a very good team, especially in this age classes. Let's see the Georgian in blue, the fighter from Tajikistan in red. Very quickly the Georgian trying to secure a double lapel grip, looking for the attack, trying to control the arm. His opponent tries to sneak on the ground into an arm lock. It didn't work for him. The Georgian seems a little bit stronger. He has very big thighs and he looks very strong, while his opponent seems to be a little bit taller and slenderer. Maybe this could be an advantage. It's very difficult to say who is an advantage, the taller fighter or the stronger, shorter fighter. It all depends on styles and all depends on the way you know how to use your qualities and to nullify your opponent's qualities. Well, again the Georgian securing the lapel grip. Good counter for his opponent. Nothing so far, no points scored. Both of them trying to overpower, both of them trying to be the aggressor. Again, the Georgian looking for his favorite grip. Nice attacks, but both of them have very good defense. So far, it's very difficult to say who had more initiative, but for sure I can say that both of them defend themselves very well. Again, the Georgian with an attack. Again, a counter for his opponent. Both of them on the ground. Still controlling the grips. The Georgian a little bit more aggressive. He's looking now for another point. Succeeds to control his opponent on the ground, but they stood up very quickly. Anyway, nothing was happening on the ground, just that the Georgian made sure that his opponent cannot do anything from that particular position. Again on their feet, again looking for the grips, again looking for their positions. One point for the Georgian, who moves around, almost skating around his opponent. That very, very slippery surface. Less than 1.5 minutes to go from this fourth final. No points scored, just the uniforms are rearranged a little bit. Still, the Georgian is moving around his opponent with ease, trying to secure the position, trying to control the pace of the fight. He leads by 1 point, and he seems to be happy with this point. But there is a lot of time left, and 1 minute is enough for maybe even 8 points. He has to be very careful, and he has to be a little bit more active. Otherwise, this 1 point difference can disappear very quickly. No deduction so far, but they restart. The Georgian still looking for the control. It was a very beautiful attempt, though. It didn't work, but it was a beautiful idea. Looking for the control all the time, the Georgian. Yes, it was actually it worked, because he scored another point. I thought his opponent fell on his belly, but no, probably it was on his side. Good position now for the Georgian, who is looking for another throw and maybe another point for him. The setup was very beautiful. He's so technical, and he knows how to control his opponent's hips and shoulders, and this is exactly what he does right now, again with the cradle, trying to control the hip and the shoulder. It's very difficult to move when your opponent is able to control these parts of your body. We are waiting for a decision. Let's see. It's the video instant replay. The referee and the whole commission can consult what happened, and they will come up with the decision. And this is it. So it was a point for the fighter from Tajikistan, but the gold goes to Georgia. Mehrishvili, Georgi Mehrishvili is the new world champion. And this concludes the first block of competition here in Tashkent, Uzbekistan. The first gold medal for Georgia so far. And tonight he is the only Georgian fighter in the finals. This is quite interesting because, as I told you before, the Georgians have a very good team. We have a lot of fighters from Kazakhstan, also from Mongolia, Ukraine, Uzbekistan, Russia. Also a fighter from Armenia, and we already saw the fighters from Tajikistan and Romania. So a lot of countries, a lot of different flavors of Sambo here in Tashkent, Uzbekistan at Youth and Junior World Championships. We have now the award ceremonies. We start with women under 40 kilograms, then men under 48, women under 44, and men under 48. We restart our award ceremonies. We still have one more to go. And here we go with our fourth final. Women under 52 kilograms from Ukraine, Safia Borodinshik, and her opponent from Russia, Oksana Kabeleva. In blue, the Ukrainian. No, excuse me. In red, the Ukrainian. In blue, the Russian. The fight already started. The Russian is looking for an attack. It didn't work for her. Well, the same thing. Both of them looking for their positions, for their grips. It was a nice attack for the Russian, but she didn't succeed to finalize it, and so as now no points were scored. Very calm, both of them. It was a nice attempt of running double leg for the Russian. It didn't work. So far we saw a lot of very good defensive techniques for all the fighters. Very experienced fighters, even though they are very young. And here we have the first point for the Russian. It was a double deduction. Let's see. I don't think it's going to happen anything spectacular from that particular position. Does she have the arm? Yes, she had the arm, but she wasn't able to roll her opponent over. Again, the Ukrainian looking for her position. She's very aggressive, but I don't think she is consistent enough. While her opponent succeeds to control the fight. Only 1 point for the Russian, but she fought very well. She succeeded to control the fight so far, and it's the last part of the fight. Less than 1.5 minutes to go. Good attack for the Ukrainian. The Russian succeeds to control the fall, and now again, very beautiful technique. I don't think she will receive any points, but it was a beautiful way to show her opponent that she can still attack even from that strange position. 1 point for the Ukrainian. Now the fight restarts. 1 minute to go. Both of them with 1 point. The Russian looking for the arm lock. She has a good position, but she loses very quickly the arm. "45 seconds to go. No deductions. And they restart. Very nice attack for the Ukrainian, who tries now to secure that arm lock. 30 seconds to go. She still has enough time. She has the arm, she has the position. She tries to roll her opponent over. Nothing. Just 1 point for the Ukrainian for the throw. And 15 seconds left. They restart. The Ukrainian again trying to overpower her opponent. And again, the same thing. Very aggressive from the get-go. Let's see, it was a good roll. But I think this is it. Last second of the fight, and we have a world champion from Ukraine. Bordinsky Safia, the winner from Ukraine. And our next fight, men under 60 kilograms, in red uniform representing Kazakhstan, Yesentai Imahanov, and his opponent from Russia in blue uniform, Ilya Ilin. Let's see. Ilin in blue uniform, his opponent. Well, here we go. Very quick, both of them touching their hands and looking for their techniques. The Russian moves a little bit around. His opponent tries to attack him very quickly. I think the Russian is trying to fight a very strategic fight tonight. Maybe he knows his opponent very well, and he knows that his opponent is a very aggressive fighter in the beginning of the fight, and this is why he tries to pace the fight a little bit, to control the rhythm. A very good defense for the Russian. He's very confident. He knows exactly what he wants to do, while his opponent is still a mystery in this fight. He commits very well, but he's not reckless at all. We have our we had our first attempt. I mean, the second attempt, because the first attempt was that arm lock. The Russian is looking for his grips. The Russian still waiting, still moving around. He's still looking for his grips, but nothing consistent. While his opponent is attacking, it didn't work exactly the way he wanted, but he attacked a lot. Half point deduction. One point is for the Russians so far, and they are both still looking for their grips. Nice attack, a little bit hasty, and now the Russian tries to secure the ground with a triangle. A quarter Nelson. It's a very interesting way to reverse his opponent, but it didn't work. Less than 1 minute to go, and the Russian is leading. And by the way, he fought so far. We can presume that he's going to win this one. It's very difficult for his opponent to score a point against him, because he attacks a lot, and even though he doesn't always score, he attacks and tries to control the fight. And when he is not attacking, he's moving around very well. He's breaking the grips. He's looking for false grips for himself. And this was a nice technique. Nice flow for the Russian. He's active all the time, and there are only 13 seconds left. Yes, he's controlling the ground. He's doing exactly what he wants, while his opponent is not able to move from that position. And the gold medal goes to Russia. Well, and here we go with our next fight. Women under 56 kilograms. From Armenia, Varsik Gregorian, and her opponent from Russia in blue uniform, Victoria Sergeyevskaya. So the Armenian in red, the Russian in blue. Very aggressive is the Russian. She tries to impose her strength, moving around very well, trying to secure the position. The Armenian is very calm so far. The Russian looking for the arm lock. No arm lock so far. No arm lock victory so far. In fact, there was no submission victory so far. And not even this time. The Armenian looking for a sweep and then she repositions. Nice fireman carry attempt. The referee doesn't stop the fight, and now the Russian has a good position. Let's see her her setup. Trying to control the ankle. She tried to flip her opponent over, but it didn't work. Again, they are very quickly stood up, then the fight restarts. Good position for the Russian, looking for the arm lock this time. This time is deep. Very beautiful defense for the Armenian. It looked very deep, it looked almost over, but it wasn't. Just 1 point for the Russian anyway. But that arm lock setup was very beautiful and very quick. The Russian has a very good trainer. Nice position for the Armenian this time. She's looking for the arm lock. Again on the ground, the Armenian has to do something in order to win this one. It's only 1 point scored so far, and for the Armenians it could be doable. She can win this one, but she needs to make less mistakes. There was another 2-pointer for the Russian though, and right now the things seem to look a little bit more difficult. A lot of setups, but no clarity at all. She didn't settle for one technique. She was looking for a lot of techniques, and it's never a good idea. You need to settle for one technique or to flow between techniques, but you have to have a plan. When you start with one technique and then move to another and another is difficult. And now, right now, the Russian has the arm. Did she tap? I don't think she tapped. She fell, but she didn't tap. Well, she didn't. The last seconds of the fight, another attempt of an arm lock, and this is it. I think we are going to have another gold medal for Russia very soon. Yes, yes indeed. Very good fight for the Russian. Very good fight with she knew exactly what she wanted to do. She was very mature in her approach. And she is the world champion. We still have one more fight in this part of our competition, from this part of our competition. Men under 62 kilograms. Anwabek Arhat from Kazakhstan and Enebish Batseren from Mongolia. The Mongolian. In blue uniform, while his opponent is in red. The same cultural heritage, I mean almost the same cultural heritage, and the same passion for fighting. Nice technique for the fighter from Kazakhstan. This time a nice attack from the Mongolian. It didn't work, but it was a nice setup nevertheless. Still on the ground, but quickly stood up. They have pretty similar approaches. They are both very explosive and technical fighters. They try to stay low, even though the Mongolian starts very tall. He succeeds to control his opponent very low because he moves his upper body very well. Nice defense for the fighter from Kazakhstan. Theoretically, you have an advantage in the very moment that you succeed to stay below your opponent's center of gravity. but it's not very important to be short, but to move very well underneath your opponent's center of gravity. And this is exactly what the Mongolian tries to do. He tries to overpower his opponent a little bit and then to move low, to throw his opponent from a very low position. Yeah, nice defense for both of them. As I said before, today we saw a lot of very good defenses. Probably the defensive game was the best part of tonight's competition for all the fighters. Trying to roll over. Here's the Mongolian. He already scored 1 point and he tries to impose his will little by little. Still looking for the arm is the Mongolian. Very nice fight for him so far. He succeeded finally to impose his will. He succeeded to control his opponent, with his upper body, and then to move very low and to control his opponent and throw him. He has very good movement. He's very dynamic. He's very strong. And he knows how to impose his qualities, and this is very important. Look at him controlling his opponent's upper body and then looking for the big throw. Less than 2 minutes to go. It's not all over, but look at the Mongolian, how he can control the positions. And this is not going to be the last point scored. For sure we are going to see at least one more point. Well, it was beautiful, and let's see, no points. No points. It was a very strange technique and position, but I really think it could be scored, because it was a defense and then he turned the position. It could be scored for sure. The judges and the referee know better, but it was a beautiful moment. The Mongolian tried to lift him. Let's watch it again. Yes, he fell. Yeah, probably they are going to say he fell on his opponent, and there was no way this could be scored. But it's a strange moment, the strange technique. It could go either way. Let's watch it again. He moves. That is very difficult to say. It could be scored. It could be, but also I don't know if there will be. And this is why it takes a little bit of a long time to decide, but we have the decision right now. And this is interesting because it's the final. 1 minute to go. And And it is scored. Yes, it was a 4-pointer. It's a very important. It's a very important moment of this final. I mean, it was a technique. He started. He started. He started the action, and then his opponent moved a little bit, but he was still controlling him, and this is why it was scored. Well, let's see now. 45 seconds to go. Let's see what happened here. No points. This is why the sport is so beautiful. You can control the biggest part of the fight, and one mistake is enough. One technique is enough to win or to lose. Three seconds to go. And well, this is it. This is it. Great victory for Kazakhstan. It was a beautiful technique, and it was a very interesting moment. Probably the most interesting moment of today's competition so far. Great victory for Kazakhstan, for Arhat Anwabek. Let's watch it in slow motion again. These are the first points. And this is the moment. He started it, and then he controlled it. Well, he was still moving. He was still trying to score, and the point was scored. Very beautiful technique. And now we start our award ceremonies, and immediately after the end of these award ceremonies, we return with the last 4 fights of the evening, and we have youth women under 65, men under 75, juniors, women under 68, and men juniors under 82. So stay with us. We will see the award ceremonies, and immediately after the award ceremonies, we will start the last part of today's competition. This concludes our second award ceremony, and we prepare now for the last block of competition. We have 4 more fights to go. We will start with the women youth under 65 kilograms in red uniform representing Russia, Ksenia Samarina, and her opponent from Uzbekistan, Jahona Esanova. So here we go. In red the Russian, in blue the fighter from Uzbekistan. We start very quickly. Nice technique for the Russian. Let's see how many points. Still looking for the arm lock. Here's the Russian. 4 points, of course, for that technique. But I tend to wait for the official decision, because sometimes I can be wrong with my scoring. And right now the Russian tries to secure the pin. 7 seconds, 9, 10. This doesn't look good at all for the fighter from Uzbekistan. Already a 4-pointer for the Russian, and now controlling her on the ground. And this is it. 8 points and victory for Russia. Samarina Ksenia as the world champion. Women youth under 65 kilograms. And we prepare now for the second fight of this block of competition. Men youth under 75 kilograms. In red uniform representing Kazakhstan, Beksultan Duisenov, and his opponent from Uzbekistan, Bakojon Ashurov. Well, the fighters are ready. In red, the fighter from Kazakhstan, and his opponent from Uzbekistan in blue. The Uzbek fighter is a little bit taller than his opponent, but as we saw so many times, it doesn't really matter. The most important thing is to know how to use your qualities. But this is a huge difference. Nice technique for the fighter from Uzbekistan. He's looking for that over grip, and a beautiful suplex. 1 point. He wasn't quite powerful enough in order to hold his opponent a little bit more, but it was a beautiful suplex. And again, the same thing. The fighter from Kazakhstan will try to control his opponent midsection. This is why there are so many variables in this sport. There are so many variables, because you have to use all your qualities, and you have to nullify your opponent's qualities. And sometimes being shorter is a little bit is a lot better than being taller. And so far we see this in this fight. Of course, these young men are still very young, and they are not fully developed physically. So we have to watch for their evolution in the future. I don't think the fighter from Uzbekistan will stay in this weight class. He's very tall, and he's not fully grown right now. Oh, what a beautiful throw! What a beautiful throw! 2 points